they divided us in music and made like, I'm from Atlanta. We started this culture. We don't listen to in New York no more. LA, we got over here. You know what I mean? They divided us. They divided us, and now each individual. Like when I was working, I was making records with Outkast. You feel me? I was making records with Snoop.
Right.
I made records. I mean every coast making records.
Yeah, you buy coastal. You going
Yeah. Now you're not getting
tapping to any demographic.
Right. Any demographic.
That leads me to a question. I wrote this on my car while I was coming up here. I said, I want to ask Bim, who idea was it to break French in Atlanta with that chopper down, with that record? Who idea was that?
Well, my cousin Frenchie, he said he bought him the DEB. That's not true. Me and French is in my living room in Jersey, in Edgewater. He had some white girl with him, white lady. She was managing him or whatever, handling his business. And he's like, y'all gotta meet your sister. You know what I'm saying? And I made the call. And he went out there. You know what I'm saying? And he went on tour with Walking Gucci. You know what I'm saying? And then they started making music and making records. You know what I mean?
So it was DEB idea to break that record in Atlanta.
Yeah, DEB.
Because you rarely see artists, I mean, smart artists know to work from the bottom to the top. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't know what do you think happened with New York in terms of being, we know we're pioneers, of course, because it started here, right? That's gonna be another question I ask you later. But what do you think would happen to New York dominance? Do you blame the DJs? Do you blame the artists? Do you blame the media? Who do you think takes the,
the blunt of it is I'm gonna say the DJs. Because they start playing other music from other places. Like if you go to LA right now, you're gonna hear LA music. You go to Atlanta, you're gonna hear Atlanta music. In New York, you hear other places' music. You don't hear New York music. You know what I mean? You might hear Cardi B. You might hear
but you don't hear our sound. The sound that we're known from.
Boom bap.
You really don't hear that boom bap.
You don't hear that boom bap.
You ain't gonna hear Griselda on the radio. You gotta go look for that.
Yeah, you ain't gonna hear that.
You ain't gonna hear
Bimmy
the
underground
Butcher.
stations after 12, like that. You're not gonna hear these guys. You know what I mean? And that's where New York fell because the programmers are not from New York.
Ebro's from?
He's from LA.
Oakland.
So Oakland, and Ebro's cool. But what I'm saying is you gotta put somebody that's from here, this neighborhood, and put them in our stations.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they got roots in other places. Of course they're gonna play their artists. They got their roots ain't here.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they're not gonna play out. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think is culturally, right? So like you seen 40 in the movement over there, right? What do you think? Who do you think the demographic, who's the most influential right now?
Right now?
Right now.
Atlanta. Atlanta. And don't sleep. Memphis. Memphis.
I don't know about Memphis. Little's got an artist down there. I don't know his name. It's this dude. He got a nice voice too. You probably know. Big X Big X the Plug is from Houston. But Memphis got some artists on there.
But you heard what I said, right? I said your voice is another instrument.
You did say that.
Their voices is different.
Music.
Yeah.
Let the music. Glow voice.
Oh, her voice is crazy.
Glow voice and Moneybag Yo voice.
Is crazy.
And what's the other name? Yo Gotti?
Yo Gotti, yeah.
They voices is crazy. But let's take it back. We're doing a little history here. Let's take it back to 8-Boy MJG.
Another one.
Different voices.
Another one.
They
Pimp
dance
C.
on music.
Pimp C.
Pimp C, yeah. Pimp C. Houston.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
Houston.
Oh my God. Them down so Scarface. Don't play with
Scarface.
Don't play with Scarface.
I work with Scarface.
I wanted to ask you about that. Because I didn't read that nowhere. But let me just tell you, Scarface is my favorite artist.
Stand up.
When I was up top, if anybody said anything about Scarface, just any that I wanted to fight.
Yeah.
Like for real, in real life.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to fight you. If you didn't like Scarface, I don't like you.
Yeah.
Like how you don't like Face?
Man, Face.
Like Face talk that shit.
Monster.
Talk about the session that, which y'all created
Face?
together.
Man.
You seen his Tiny Desk?
Nah.
You ain't seen his Tiny Desk? Oh my God, you gotta see his Tiny. He had Mike Dean there. Oh my God.
That's his guy.
They create magic.
I work with Warren G.
You work with Warren G?
Yeah.
So when he's on Def Jam.
Yeah, on Def Jam.
So the record that he put, let me ask you a question.
After Regulator.
Let me ask you a question. It's a rumor saying that Warren G saved Def Jam in '94 with that hit record.
Nah, I can't say that.
That's what they saying. Bim, let's okay. Hypothetically speaking, I don't do that. I'm gonna pay Angel's Advocate, right? West Coast. It was 93, 94. I mean, we had Big. No, we had Wu, M.O.P. and Big and Nas, right? Mm-hmm. But the West Coast was still Def Jam. None of them was signed to Def Jam. Who was signed to Def Jam then? I don't know. They was Loud Records. They was Loud. And Nas was Columbia.
I was working with Dub C at the time, I think. Dub C.
Oh, you was working with Dub C?
Yeah, I worked with Dub C.
Yeah,
real.
He got a voice too. His voice.
Yeah, real one.
I'm gonna say something to you, and I want to see your reaction, right? DOC. Do you put him? I put him on Rakim level. He never lost his voice. I think he belongs there. That first album,
I wouldn't say Rakim level. He's a music, like songwriter, songmaker. Yeah. Rakim is lyrical.
DOC wasn't lyrical for his time in 1990.
He's a songmaker. When you say like Nas is a lyrical.
Yeah, lyrical.
You say Tupac, he's a lyrical motherfucker.
DOC wasn't lyrical to you?
No, he was the song maker.
He was. After his voice, he lost his voice. Man.
No, before, he's a song maker.
No one can do it better. That first album.
That's a song.
No, that's all the music, the formula.
A song.
I can't fight with you.
You
sound like Mike. Mike's be like, but what did he say,
Yeah.
Mike used to be like, that's who trained my ear.
Yeah, Mike's is lyrical.
Mysonne trained my ear. I rap my ass off. I'm nice. Yeah. That motherfucker trained my ear because I used to be like, Lloyd Banks, boom, 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 G Unit. And he had Mike had this little thing. I'm going to just say it. He had this little thing him and Fifth had because he thought Fifth had a song called Problem Child.
Yeah.
And he thought that Mice was talking about that.
Mice was called Problem Child when I was on Def Jam. I remember he's with Tone. He's with Tone.
Tone, you know Tone.
Yeah.
You know Tone.
Yeah.
Wow.
Queens.
Tone is family. And I Triple S, yes. And I Triple S, that's the family. Tone is family. I met Tone up top. On the phone. When I came home, Tone was making sure we was good up top.
Yeah, Tone was good.
Tone a good. Tone is, I know you don't know Tone. Tone is around Fat Cat them time and all them. Tone was doing this.
He was Tony.
Yeah, Tony Montana. He was up. Yep, Tone's a good dude, man. Tone is solid, bro.
Solid.
Super solid.
Solid.
Super solid. And this is around the time Graf was with
Black Hand.
He's with Chaz. Yeah, I know a little bit. You
know a lot.
I know a lot. I know a lot. But yeah, Graf, go about Graf, man. Graf was just on Drink Champs. Oh my God.
Graf is lyrical.
Yo, y'all quit. Let me tell you something. Brooklyn, I love my Brooklyn, but Queens, rapping ability.
See, Brooklyn, they got that delivery.
Yeah.
You gonna believe what he's saying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gonna believe.
Yeah, that fool. You know he did.
How about some hardcore?
Yeah, you know how about some hardcore? Yeah, that's
you gonna believe.
Big Daddy Kane, Jay.
Problem.
Dug down. Oh my God, Sean P. Oh, them boys. Brooklyn got some spitters, bro.
Yeah.
Smith and Wesson,
neck
love
and neck.
them.
Queens and Brooklyn. I always argue people about Queens and Brooklyn rappers and yo, man.
It's just like, oh man, this is hard. I don't even want to bring this shit up. Hov and Nas, I hate it. Y'all should be ready to fight behind it. Like when Nas came out with Ether and Jay How he jet, I'm like, oh. Like we used to go at it. Like CEOs used to tell us we gotta shut the fuck up, but we going to the box like. Cause we used to argue about Jay. Remember that? Who was the best MC? Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas? Come on, man. That's why I be trying to think now. With today's climate, right? In New York City, right? Who do you remember a few years ago, like 2022? What's that boy named that Mace? Mace was managing him.
Oh, from Brooklyn?
Fabio Foreign, right? Mm-hmm. He self-proclaimed, say he was the king of New York, right? And I was just like, nah, you just don't check the boxes for me, right? So who would you say right now, like, is pushing pushing that edge, that needle? Not towards King of New York, because it's to me, it's big. Ain't no but the kings of this rap
Let me tell
thing.
you something.
Like, I just want to know.
It ain't
It ain't none.
Nicki Minaj.